What's a typical cash conversion cycle number for my business? Obviously, it's interesting, but at the same time, there is no generic target to aim for with the cash conversion cycle. It varies greatly by industry, by country, business model, business maturity, stage of the economic cycle, and current financial conditions. It's best to compare your business's cash conversion cycle against its own past performance, and only other very similar businesses in similar situations. The components of the cash conversion cycle are days sales outstanding, days inventory outstanding, and days payable outstanding. In some industries, credit sales and purchases might be more common than in others. Businesses who don't offer credit terms to their customers will have a DSO of 0, and businesses whose suppliers don't offer credit terms will have a DPO of 0. A bakery might turn over inventory daily, a DIO of 1 day, whilst a car manufacturer might turn over inventory only every 100 days. Whilst general benchmarks have little value, here are some typical indicative industry averages for some perspective. As we can see from this table, an industry like the automotive industry has a long CCC, around 120 days. At the other end of the spectrum, hospitality, tourism and leisure industries have a much better CCC, a negative 25 days. It may interest you to know that the internet giant Amazon had a negative cash conversion cycle since 2009. At one stage, it reportedly got to minus 40 days, but its average since then has been more like minus 2 weeks. Fantastic. Getting paid by your customers before you have to pay your suppliers is really the cash flow dream. However, Amazon is somewhat of an outlier in this regard. Other big companies like Target and Walmart have positive cash conversion cycles of more like 2 to 4 weeks. The industry a business is in is far from the only benchmark factor. Typical cash conversion cycles might vary depending on your nation's economy. During periods of low interest rates, debt is comparatively cheap, and so the cash conversion cycle will not be as important, and companies are happier to allow it to increase. As a nation's interest rate increases, it becomes more expensive for a company to borrow money to bridge the gap between spending and receiving cash, and so the motivation to understand and reduce the cash conversion cycle increases too.